Taking action in the fight against Parkinson's disease. Hello, I'm Kelly Lynn, and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me right now is Amy Comstock-Rick. She is with the Parkinsons Action Network, and we're so glad to have you back.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Kelly.
Last time you were here, we were talking about sequestration. You were very concerned about the effects. What has the impact been so far?
As you know, sequestration has in fact kicked in, and we're continuing to hear that there are impacts on labs in terms of numbers of researchers and what they can do in research projects. I think it will take a long time to see in detail what those impacts are, and people are still feeling out and figuring out what decisions need to be made based on the cutbacks, but the grant money's been cut back, so there will be less research, and we will be monitoring it.
You are encouraged, however, by the BRAIN Initiative. What is that?
What is that? Well, it stands for Brain Research Through Application of Innovative Neurotechnologies. Say 5 times fast. And that's the president announced this just a few weeks ago. We're very excited about it. It's an effort to really comprehensively try to understand the circuitry in the brain and neurons and pathways and what's actually happening in the brain to help us touch, feel, see, remember things. We don't really understand that now. We understand so little about what's going on in the brain. And the goal of the initiative then is once we understand how the brain does function, when it malfunctions, what can we do to compensate, for example, in the neurons that malfunction that impact motor functioning in Parkinson's disease.
Nearly 1 million people in the U.S. living with Parkinson's disease at this very moment, and April is Parkinson's Awareness Month. What do you want people to know? We
want people to know, of course, the impact of the disease, and a lot of people really don't understand that we only have a few therapies that work well for a short period of time, but nothing that stops the progression of the disease. So people with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and so many other brain-related diseases are really dependent on this research to eventually see progress, better treatments, but hopefully turning the disease around in a cure.
How can people make a difference?
They can certainly reach out to Parkinsons Action Network, www.ParkinsonsAction.org, and monitor the federal policy issues that are funding these exciting initiatives and keeping the work at NIH and other good science agencies going, because ultimately that's what we're dependent on.
What are you most encouraged by when you look at some of the research developments?
I think we're on the brink of really understanding more about these diseases, but the diseases of the brain are remarkably complicated to understand and harder to research. So I'm excited about what we're starting to understand. In some ways, we're starting to understand so much about what we don't understand in terms of what we need to research in more detail about how the brain functions. But it's not, I don't want to give a short-term picture. It's a long-term goal to understand this very important organ, the brain. But we're excited that the president and NIH is focused on it.
Yes, I was on your website and I noticed your tulip garden just in time for spring.
Absolutely.
Explain to people how that can make a difference.
Absolutely. We have a tulip wall where people can post messages to loved ones or honor their memory and support someone they love within the Parkinson's community and contribute to the good work of PAN. So I encourage people by going on our website to read the lovely messages that other people have left on the tulip wall for their family members and friends, and maybe leave a message themselves for someone with Parkinson's.
Very nice. Amy Comstock-Rick, always great to see you.
Nice to see you.
And we thank you very much for watching Comcast Newsmakers. If you'd like more information about other activities and developments happening in your community, just go to Comcast On Demand and click Get Local. I'm Kelly Lynn. Take care.